Hello there, I am Miss Fatima. I'm here to teach you something new and interesting in mathematics. Welcome to the world of numbers, shapes and all the beautiful things that you can find in the exciting world of mathematics. In this lesson, we will learn about the area of two-dimensional shapes. Have you heard about two-dimensional shapes? They are shapes that have length and breadth. That is why they are two-dimensional or 2D. We can find out the area of 2D shapes quite easily. This will let us know exactly how high or how wide the shape is. It is important to know the exact figures of different 2D shapes so that they can fit correctly for what they are being used for. So, what's the area of a 2D shape? Let's find out. The area of a 2D shape is the size of a surface. The important word in the statement I just made is size. Size means how big something is. Let's have a quick look at these shapes. They all have the same area, and you'll see how. These different shapes all have the same area of 9. If we were to paint the shapes with a bucket of paint, the same amount of paint will paint all different shapes along the sides of the bucket 9. Have a look. Finding the area helps us imagine how much paint would cover the shape. There are special formulas for certain shapes. Look at the rectangle, for example. It has a width of 5 and a height of 3. The formula is area equals W times H. W equals width. H equals height. The width is 5 and the height is 3. So we know W equals 5 and H equals 3. Area equals 5 times 3 equals 15. We can also put the shape on a graph and count number of squares like this. The rectangle has an area of 15. When each square is 1 meter on a side and there are 2 sides, which are the width and height, then the area is 15 meters square. What an interesting lesson, right? Now, let us remind ourselves about some of the things we have learned. A. Two-dimensional or flat shapes are shapes that have length and breadth. That's why they are two-dimensional or 2D. B. The area of a 2D shape is the size of the surface. C. Size means how big something is. Great! Before we finish off here, let me ask you a few questions. This will help me know how well you got on in the lesson. Are you ready? Alright. 1. What are 2D shapes? That's great. 2D shapes are also called flat shapes with only length and breadth. 2. What is the area of a 2D shape? That's excellent. The area of a 2D shape is the size of the surface. 3. What does size mean? You're absolutely correct. Size means how big something is. I hope you learned new things in the lesson. I learned new things too. I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.